Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Tuesday, January the 10th, 2023. Today we are pulling from the Dark Wood Tarot cards. So we're starting off with the Fool, and a new portal has opened for us. A door has opened for us. So going back to Nightmare Before Christmas, where they were showing the World card, where they were showing like Valentine's Day, Easter, Christmas, and Halloween. So they're showing like a new chapter is beginning, and it's up to us how we approach this chapter. We have the Two of Swords. So you see the shadows are coming in here, and it's up to her how she's going to handle this, up to this energy, how they're going to handle this. We have a Capricorn sun and a Leo moon. It's Elvis Presley's birthday today. You guys know I film ahead of time, so it's Sunday. So this fire energy has come in, and it's like bravery, courage, strength, resilience. Are we going to move forward with that? Are we going to allow the shadows to come in? It is a choice. It is free will. You know, we're showing the Ten of Cups here, and it's like unconditional love. You know, we have the Wolf Moon that happened on the 6th, and I feel like we're still in that energy. And I feel like it's just like sitting there, reestablish boundaries with ourselves. And it's how we move forward. It's like the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups. It's like change and transformation. I feel like this Five of Wands, they're talking about fighting with our, at home, fighting at work. So maybe we're feeling like, this stagnant energy. We're feeling this aggressive energy. But I feel like this is how you talk to yourself. How do you talk to yourself? Do you sit there and run yourself down? Like, the narrative that people have tried to paint upon you. Like, I was saying, like, with myself, it's just like, it was like the day before Christmas, and I had this dream about change, and it really rocked me to my core. And I was talking about this yesterday, where it's just like, you sit there and you hear this narrative. Like with me, I was told it was my fault that he passed, and it's genetics for a faulty heart, and what he put in consumed. So it's just like, at what point is someone held accountable for their actions? So I had to change that narrative, take that narrative out, because it didn't serve the purpose. And when that dream came in, it's just like, am I going to let that ruin my Christmas? And I'm like, you know what? Right now is not the time to deal with these feelings. I'll deal with it later. Now that time has come to deal with them, and all I could say to myself is like, you know what? It is what it is. We cannot do anything to change the situation. So all we can do is move forward. There's nothing else we can do. We try to make things a better situation, but this is where we grow. This change. Because it's just like, am I going to blame myself, or am I going to go down that rabbit hole with myself? When I go into depression, I go in deep. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I can't do anything to change that situation. It is what it is. He's transitioned. Acceptance has come in. Healing has come in. And that's all you can do is move forward. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. When I feel like this retrograde is really, especially with myself, has brought up a lot of things from the past, and I'm like, well, I've changed. I'm no longer that person. That's where that 5 comes in, where that change of yourself, because it's like the perspective of yourself has changed. Who you are right here, right now, is different from who you were 10, 20 years ago. Depending how old you are. You're not the same person anymore. And that is the biggest change. That is the biggest way to show forgiveness, and why forgiveness is granted is because you've changed. You can't keep asking forgiveness and going on the definition of insanity, keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again and asking for forgiveness, but you're not changing the pattern. You're not changing. So it's like, well, what's the point of forgiving you? You're just going to do it again. We have the Five of Cups. This is where I talk about the shadow side. And for some of us, we have gone through separation, divorce, breakup, bereavement, unfortunately. And this is where it's just like, you have the unconditional love that you're seeking. This is where that knowledge comes in. The hair is just all about wisdom, knowledge. I can concentrate. It's kind of like spilt milk here. But it's like I could concentrate on these toppled goblets, these toppled cups. of what I have lost, or I could sit there and concentrate on what I still have. And that's where this growth comes in. This is where this choice comes in. This change and transformation. It's like, yes, it's, what we were taught in the bereavement group. It's just like, you sit there and it's this earthquake and you've put your life back together. And the more you work on yourself, the further and further out these aftershocks come in. But sometimes these aftershocks come in and they really rock you to your core. But it's how you move forward. It's like, yeah, feel the feelings that you're feeling, but let's continue moving forward. Because living in that energy doesn't serve any purpose. It's a waste of energy. You sit there and you feel, you can't help how you feel. The only thing I say to myself, I'm grateful for 10 years. I wish I would have had 10, 20, 30 more. That's all I ever wanted. That's why I didn't want him to become a police officer or anything like that, because I didn't want him to put himself in a line of danger. I didn't want him working a job where, there was that factor of like, my anxiety's through the roof because I don't know if he's going to walk back through that door again. You just assume that everything is fine, but that's the thing. It's just, when you actually break down the actual facts of the situation of what was, what it came to this untimely, transformation, is just that, and that's all you can do to yourself, is just be wise. This is where that hair comes in. Sorry. It's like, have you grown from this situation, or is there still some healing that needs to happen here? And if you watch This Is Us, it was always a part of Kate's life. It's just, she was able to, still live a big, beautiful life afterwards. Because it's just like, she knew, either I can let this consume me or I can move forward. Everyone's timeline is different for when they move forward. When the timing is right, whomever is supposed to be in your life, if you're wanting and willing, will be a part of your life. You know what I mean? So it's how we move forward. All you can do is sit there and do the best you can. But don't allow that to be a part of you. Feel what you're feeling. But this is where retrograde gets sticky. Where it brings in, unfortunately, these kinds of situations. And it's, all you can do is just sit there and be like, you know what? It's no longer a part of me. He will always be a part of me, but I mean like the mourning, the grief and all that. It's just, I let that go. It's just like, it doesn't serve any purpose anymore. No positive purpose comes from it. It's just, it's time to move forward. We start off with the Fool. A leap of faith, acting impulsively, foolishness and echoing freedom. Act of self-interest. A grand adventure, optimism, youth. A journey only you can take. The road is yours alone. Acting impulsively. Complete trust, innocence. The beginning of a new cycle. A door opens, the adventure begins. And it's the choices we make. Like, the Two of Swords is right there. It's like, how do we choose to move forward? You know what I mean? I feel like it's like if you feel exhausted, you feel tired. Like, I woke up with a wicked migraine today. It's like being kind to ourselves. Didn't they tell us to be kind to ourselves? And it's like, I will do my very best to get everything that I can get done today. I can definitely feel like how I'm dragging. So it's just like, okay, meditation. You know what I mean? I gotta sit there and do. I should have done one last weekend, but it's just like meditation. We're here. We're right now. So it's like a meditation would be great right now. Cleansing the chakras, pulling back in our energy, doing what makes the most sense to us. So meditation, retreat. Ideas and thoughts. Take time to discover how you feel, think, and respond to the circumstances. Choosing words carefully. So me, when I'm tired, I overtalk. I talk too much. And it's just like, maybe it's not the words I want to articulate, or I don't articulate myself properly. So I just be quiet. And I also don't sit there and put out energy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, if I'm quiet, I'm quiet. I'm quiet because it's either I'm tired or I'm under the weather. Like, it's like, is it because they're smoking? Is it because, the weather changed? I don't know, because it got colder. I'm not sure. The ability to recognize old habits and patterns. So for me, I know if I think too much about a situation, or if I let myself go back down this path that I've already been on, and it serves no purpose. It's like it will not be a good outcome. My depression, it goes deep. It runs in the family. So for me, it's just like, there's no more I can do in this situation. It's new information. It rocked me to my core. But at the same time, it's just like, I'm glad, in a sense of what I was told. I'm just like, but I can't change anything. He can't change anything. It is what it is. And that's where that knowledge comes in, where it's just like, we can't do anything to change the situation. All we can do is move forward. A new path, even if a new strategy is unclear. Silence of the mind. So, when we quiet our mind, we quiet our voice, and we just open our ears, especially in meditation, I do the sound bath. It's just relaxing all that. It's just like, I've been overthinking a lot, and it's just like, well, now I could see how it's hurting myself. I sat there, and it's just like, I wanted to make the most of my days off. It's like I wanted to go to sleep at 7, and I'm like, no, I was up really early, and I didn't get that much sleep the night before. My own fault. I've been watching Shameless, and it's been getting so good. It's just like, okay, what's going to happen next? But, it's just like doing what I feel is right. If my body is tired, go have a nap. Or sleep for the rest of the night. Get up early and start a new day. I got to do what's best for me. So it's just like, changing that mindset. That didn't work. I feel like trash. So now it's just like, okay, let's try something new. Let's just follow what our body feels. So the 10 of Cups, this happy ever after card teaches us happiness is possible. Yet not idle continuum. All things evolve and change. So you get the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. Change. The endings leads us to beginnings. Release and relaxation. Emotional contentment. Blessings. Peace in the house and home. Tranquility among friends and family. Happiness comes full circle. All things in life are critical. This is what happened. This is why happy ever after is a myth and not a continuum. Take the good when it comes. Appreciate it. Value yourself. I also feel like, yesterday's card, when it's like, if we could bottle this feeling with the 9 of Cups, it's like, if we could bottle this feeling, we would bottle it, and so we could feel that forever. But in that, I would not grow, where it was just like, that dream came in, and I gained some new knowledge. You know what I mean? It's like, you hear something, while they're here, I guess because he's grown and transformed himself. And on the other side, and it's just like, maybe he does value what he had now, but at the same time, it's just like, for myself, it's just like, in this energy, it's just like I said, it doesn't serve me anymore. I cannot mourn him anymore. I cannot, you know what I mean? Like, he knows I'm sad about his passing, his untimely passing. So there's nothing more I can do about it. It's like, I can sit there and keep beating this dead horse, or I can move on. It's like, that's why I always go to like Kate and her journey. It's just like, where she still made a life for herself. It was still, there's times where it would, his passing anniversary and stuff like that would rock her. But it's just like, year by year, she got stronger and stronger. And it's like, what we make of it, And it's the thing, that's the thing where it gets tricky. It's because, like, especially when your kids are younger, it's like they don't understand that energy, until they get older, and they're like, yeah, now I understand it, So it's just like doing the best you can. 5 of Wands, and I feel like this is the battle between ourselves. Conflict and lively debate, confusion as to how to proceed. Arrogant people in family and workplace. So yeah, you definitely be getting some shit, or excuse me, some things going on both fronts. But, you know, I feel like it's also conflicted with the, like, the things that they were bringing up during this retrograde, and it's just like, I've grown and changed as a person. I can't go back and change that. I cannot. I can ask for forgiveness, but I can't expect that to come in unless the person is open to that. You know what I mean? Maybe, talking to me now and seeing who I am is different from who I was back then. So it's just like all the, you know what I mean? It's just, and it's also forgiving ourselves. We made the change, we made the transformation. Even if they don't forgive us, it's just like, that's fine. They're entitled to that. You know what I mean? I made them feel a certain way. I did certain things. It's just like, people are entitled to feel the way they feel. But at the same time, it's just because that's who they still see me as doesn't mean that's who I still am. Cumulus energy. Passionate beliefs spread to others. Action. And I feel like this is just, how we articulate ourselves, how we carry on with ourselves. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the one relationship that is constant is between us and, depending who you are, and the Lord, and us and ourselves. That is the one constant thing. So we're ending with the Five of Cups. An emotional state returns to haunt you. Heal your soul by looking at yourself honestly. Addiction and sadness. So I did want to have a mommy drink. I was saying that, like, I just like like a nice fruity cocktail, So I put like a kid's fruit cup in there, and then I put I have peach schnapps right now, so I put that in and let the fruit absorb it, and then I put in pineapple juice, and it's really good. It's so good, like you want more. But it's just like, I knew that I was not. I was like, oh, I was gonna go to bed. I ended up staying till 2 a.m, which was just dumb. I was just tired. Maybe that's why I have a migraine today. I don't know, but it's just like, I was just like, that came in. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, maybe I didn't get proper rest. That's why I'm overthinking. But last week I was getting proper rest and I was still overthinking. You know what I mean? And I know we're going through retrograde, and this is why they're saying be kind to yourself. You know what I mean? It's just like things that I wanted to get done this weekend, some of the things I didn't get done, but it's just like, it's okay. Tomorrow's another day. Even if I don't get them done today, I'm under the weather. I'm trying to get as much stuff as done as possible, but it's just like, there's only so many hours in a day, and I need to be gentle with myself. It's just like, sit there, relax, so that way I can recover enough to go to work tonight, and keep going forward. Tomorrow's a new day. Do something more. Heal your soul by looking at yourself honestly. Addiction and sadness, depression, inherit cycles of emotional trauma. There is a loss, but only because nothing lasts forever. The present's challenges holds an opportunity to change the old emotion patterns and habits once and for all. So yeah, I did feel these feelings, and I did get in my head and I overthink, but it's like, at the same time, it's just like I said, I cannot change the situation. So I'm not going to allow myself, like, yeah, feel what you're feeling, but I'm not going to allow myself to be drawn down by that, because it doesn't serve any purpose. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and absorb and obsess about something that I cannot change. I haven't been able to change it for the past 5 years. Now we're going to our 6th. I can't change it in the 6th year either. So I'm not going to bring this or bleed this over into moving forward. It's just like, it is what it is. Make peace with it and move forward. Now is your opportunity to change the cycle forever and break free. Exactly. It's just like, that's where that hair comes in, where it's just like, you have the knowledge now. Where I was before and where I am now are two different situations. We're coming into this like reflective energy. Like, yeah, January has started, but we're still kind of reflecting, And it's just like, I feel like that's why that week of the 24th, they're like, that week will define the rest of the year. I feel like it's just like, sit there, be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, especially if you're like myself and you're really going through it, with retrograde. It's just like, Yeah, okay, it's a temporary situation. There's a reason why those feelings are coming up. And I feel like the biggest gift is, like what, that's why I articulate and share what I'm going through, is because it's just like them bringing up the past, and it's just like I've changed. So, like I said, like I forgive myself for being dumb and not taught right, but that's not an excuse. You know, it's learn from the situation and do better. You know, those things are not part of my life no more. You know, so all I can do is move forward, ask for forgiveness, and move forward. You know, and the other situation with Shane, it's just like, yeah, it makes sense. You know, Christmas, you want your favorite people around the tree, and unfortunately, you know, he's there, but not in the way that we can hug him and hold hands and kiki and everything like that. But it's fine. You know what I mean? It's just like, just keep carrying forward. That's all you can do. I know it's hard, but it's just like, just tell yourself it's a temporary situation. You know, be kind to yourself, rest, rejuvenate, and keep moving forward. That's all you can do. Be kind to yourself in this time. But be smart like the hare. Who you were and who you are now are not the same. You know, and if it's still the same, this is a wake up call. It's time to sit there and change. Those things don't serve you no more. So keep moving forward. You want to move forward in the light. You don't want to move forward with these demons on your sides, because they're not for you. You know what I mean? I feel like that's where the hare is coming in. It's like, let's gain the knowledge, let's learn from the past, let's quit the definition of insanity and keep moving forward. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Tuesday, January the 10th, 2022. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.